What makes an incel? A subcultural group of mostly heterosexual men who feel slighted by the world, romantically, politically, and otherwise. And how does one become indoctrinated into these mindsets?
It's like we're the bad guys.
The system is against us.
I'm sick of it.
That's a spirit, bro. We gotta take the school back, make it safe for the normal people.
The easiest answer is someone who fits the description and is emotionally and mentally moldable. Someone like Gavin Spinner Mason. Now, before we go too far, Spinner was anything but romantically challenged. In fact, he was almost never single, and that's the exact reason why Spinner is a worthy and nuanced character that deserves deeper examination. As it was written, and even with Degrassi being a Canadian show, Spinner still embodied a very Captain America sense of masculinity.
There's a fight almost every day. It's anarchy.
You know who we need? Someone like Rudy Giuliani or George W. Bush, someone who's gonna take names and kick butt.
And because of this, he fell victim to the Achilles heel of many of today's modern men. Spinner became mediocre, codependent, and easily manipulated. In this video, we are going to be talking about the ways Spinner Mason was the embodiment of the obsolescent menace that is modern masculine culture, and how his time and relationships on Degrassi were completely and utterly predictable.
I love my job, but I don't need to be rich. I love my loft, my city, my friends, and I don't like change.
This is Channeling Chinez. Many people in the Degrassi fandom remark on the many hairstyles of Spinner Mason. From acid dyes to very specific style choices, Spinner served as a blank canvas where the writing of a certain kind of masculine could be fluid. As we get to know Spinner more deeply in this breakdown, his hairstyles and different phases will serve as pivotal transition points for how many young men like Spinner develop over time.
Since they upped my Ritalin, I'm like a complete zombie.
Yeah, but I've seen you when you don't take them. Not pretty.
Yeah, I know. Don't call me Spinner for nothing.
Initial Spinner would never strike you as an incel. He was who many masculines are before the world had taken its full hold on them. Kind, lighthearted, and in many ways whole.
Right. Not much glory handing out towels and bottles of water. Jimmy, you're a total natural. Coach Armstrong's not gonna cut you.
What happens later in Spinner's development is a fragmentation of sorts, wherein different elements of his personality and energy become blocked or stunted as a result of societal programming, starting with the root, security, finances, and exploitation.
Wish there was a pill I could take, one that would boost me up.
Ritalin would boost you up big time.
But you know, son, drugs aren't the answer. Just say no.
But you could help me, Spinner.
Spinner's friendship with Jimmy Brooks would open the door to the toxic nature of hierarchy and exploitation. Though Spinner earnestly supports his friend, there is no amount of encouragement that would deter Jimmy from exploiting Spinner for his ADHD medication, insisting that it would give him a boost, resulting in Spinner having an episode in front of the entire school.
Jimmy, you burned up the floor this morning. You're doing fine. Fine. I want to do better than that.
Man, you got your English assignment done. Miss Kwan will get off your back now.
Doesn't help if I don't make the team.
Yeah, come on, get past that. Come on.
Now you might be thinking, this is just innocent kid stuff. Boys will be boys. Everyone wants to be the best on the team or the funniest in the room. But what is being reinforced here has a deeper impact as this friendship continues. Tension over security, who can afford the latest and greatest, and essentially who has more becomes the wedge in this relationship.
Well, if your parents do love Spinner so much, why don't they take him shopping?
Is that supposed to be a joke? Yeah. Really? Wasn't funny. We don't all have rich parents who will just buy us whatever we want.
Leading to Spinner stealing Jimmy's iPod. And we can look at this in many different ways. Did Spinner feel more entitled to Jimmy's MP3 player due to Jimmy's lack of gratitude? Did he feel like Jimmy had too much? Did he feel like he deserved more than Jimmy?
Why am I more excited about this than you are?
It's just an MP3 player.
Since Quan broke my Discman last year, I'm back to cassettes. Sucks to be you.
Papa, please, spoil me. My parents already do spoil you. Freeloader.
It's gone. I lost it. Such an idiot.
Whoa, be careful with your new bag, Jimmy. You don't want to make Papa angry.
Spinner.
Well, what does Jimmy care? His rich dad will just buy him a new one.
Man, you're so jealous.
I would argue that it's much simpler than that and goes back to the nature of hierarchy, power, and exploitation as a means to gain security. Whether it's sharing your prescription meds or hawking your friend's device, it's the fact that Spinner learns alongside Jimmy how important money, means, and prowess is to manhood and identity. And despite facing the consequences of his own desperation or even greed by the gradual loss of his friendship, or continuing to get in trouble in school, his actions of callousness or immaturity are internally justified by a masculine identity that feels paramount to stand on. This is where accountability is first lost, in replace of dominance for many masculines like Spinner.
Yo, cafeteria boy, you better hurry. You're gonna be late for work. Yeah, glad to see you still have your sense of humor.
Yeah, well, you didn't get around to stealing that.
Enough already, okay?
Gavin, could you tell me about some of today's lunch specials?
Yeah, go ahead, laugh it up. But you won't be laughing when I'm voted Lou out of king.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. Laugh at the big fat failing dummy.
No one was laughing then.
I was.
Still mad because I stole your stupid MP3 player?
No.
It's ancient history.
I can't believe you did that to me.
Huh? Can't believe you did that to me.
Let's talk about what makes a person masculine in this story. Because it isn't just the fact that Spinner's a guy. When someone resonates as masculine, it's referring to the energy with which they lead. Foremost, Spinner leads with his mind. If he thinks something is going to garner him adoration or any sort of cool points, he'll do the thing.
I kind of need your locker.
You need my locker? Paige does.
You know what?
Admit it, and the locker's yours.
Okay, I have no backup. You need to tell everybody. Publicly. Tomorrow by noon? No deal.
It's only after when he is met with consequences that he considers the implications or emotions behind his actions. This is typically a telltale sign of someone who leads with their masculine energy.
You know what? I have no idea how to please you. You tell me to work a miracle, then you're mad at me for doing it. What do you want?
In contrast, we can look to Marco, someone who was socialized through the lens of masculinity, but naturally resonates as feminine dominant. And this is not a result of who Marco chooses to date, but rather a reflection of how Marco makes his decisions. Marco is heart-led and typically makes choices based on how he feels.
We've discussed this. Social work. I want to help people.
I can't stay here. I can't talk to Dylan. What do I do? Marco!
Though we see that Marco is affected by the current culture of masculinity,
So, Marco, what do you think of the Anthropop trade to the Redskins?
Oh, I think it's great. I really think that his skating skills, they're really going to help.
Redskins are football. You have no idea what you're talking about.
there's a very specific reason why Spinner struggled the most to accept Marco's sexuality. When a person is a product of a systematic hierarchy, wherein they sit at the top, one of the only ways to maintain this position is through a closed heart space.
Dude, you're worse than Marco.
What's bugging you now?
The guy gets a black eye, and it's the end of the world.
Hey! Look, you weren't there last night when I found him, okay?
Okay, calm down, hero.
You're such a loser.
Why? Because I'm not all broken up over Marco and his stolen dancing shoes? Look, if he would have walked to the game with us, none of that would have happened. Last night was his fault, not mine.
Identifying with the plight of those who benefit least from the same system you seemingly dominate doesn't serve you. And the easiest and most effective way to maintain this order is to keep the heart space closed.
What's your problem with Marco?
What's my problem? That's my problem.
Marco's gay?
Yeah. And if you don't back off, I may start to think you are too.
So what are you gonna write next? Something about me being black?
Which is why Spinner was the last of Marco's friends to accept his sexuality.
And stop crying and explain it to me, because obviously I'm a moron and don't get it.
Because, man!
Because what?
Because I'm gay!
Openness, fluidity, and flexibility are not typical masculine qualities in Spinner's world. Spinner isn't really a typical masculine, though, through and through. There is a unique element to Spinner that makes maintaining or upholding certain toxic masculine ideals a challenge. It's the fact that Spinner can't keep his heart closed. Spinner loves, feels, and reflects.
Those
These guys, they knew. And they bashed me because they hate it. Just like you do.
Dude, that's brutal, but you can't compare me to those guys.
Really? Why not?
Do you like Dylan, or what?
Yeah. I mean, he's the first guy I can actually see myself hooking up with, you know? Wait, why am I telling you this?
What difference does it make? I'm your friend. I want to help.
Which eventually comes into direct opposition with his newest brother in Grievance, Jay Hogarth. The concept of the outcast becomes more alluring when accountability gives way to ego needs. And while Jay Hogarth is seemingly the most beloved antagonist, he embodies the lack of remorse, contrition, narcissism, and blatant cruelty that Spinner can't fully uphold.
You have to shut up, okay? He's my best friend. Either outcome, I would say he was your best friend.
We might have killed him.
We didn't do anything.
We did.
Because Spinner subconsciously seeks the very things his masculine programming has taught him to reject, community and belonging, he can't successfully maintain coldness. And this is where you start to see what was once a whole person who naturally supported others, warping into an apathetic, dishonest, lesser version of themselves.
I got roped into something, played a little prank on this guy, and he went psycho. He came to school shooting.
I know all about it. I just didn't know you were involved.
Only in the most indirect way.
This leads to the hyper-individuated and even isolated Spinner, where the loss of community is the byproduct of ego, pride, and inflexibility.
Jimmy deserved to know the truth.
Oh, cool. So tell me, being an outcast, everyone hating you, does that make you feel any better?
Watching Spinner's story, you begin to see that it is truly about loss, and not just his personal losses, but what the average man forfeits every day for the rigidity of modern masculinity.
Do you want your former friends to suffer? Huh? Do you? I want them back!
Truth be told, it doesn't have to be this way. True masculinity is not the monolith many have been spoon-fed. And while there is still a sense of hierarchy and linear framework to masculinity, it is actually an internal process rather than an external one most continue to perpetuate. What should actually be ranked within one's inner masculine energy is a tier list of self-governing responses. Instead of asking how one can control others, mature masculines begin to ask how they can better govern themselves. I believe this is the core of what led Spinner to Spirituality and Friendship Club. Despite feeling starved for community, carrying guilt and shame, and continuing to outsource these needs in his romantic relationships, what Spinner was looking for was an authority, something or someone who can tell him he's redeemable. What he would find is that even when imbalanced masculinity seeks higher truth, if it has not yet confronted its own ego and doesn't yet possess inner authority, it can be easily dogmatized, radicalized, and used as a means of control.
I approved the event, so what's the problem?
They're giving out condoms, Miss H. It's gonna make kids run out and have sex. Please, cancel this thing. It's wrong.
I'm afraid we don't see eye to eye, and I'm not canceling it.
I thought you were a good Christian.
You're on very thin ice right now, Gavin. Don't make me regret letting you back into the school.
Fragmented further, what was once inner faith becomes rules and restrictions that feel misaligned.
You really are lost, aren't you?
You have no idea.
As we move toward the end, or rather the series intermission of Spinner's story, he's beginning to integrate. After experiencing loss in more ways than one, after coming to terms with what his choices and mental focus have materialized in his life, Spinner begins to drop into an energy of acceptance. He stops living above the program and starts being a part of it, forming his own band, maintaining steady employment, and learning how to take care of himself. We see him take the positive elements of individuation, keeping the things that resonate with him and leaving those that separate him from community, freedom, and space to grow.
I stole my best friend's MP3 player once.
Why?
Because he had all the stuff, and I didn't.
See? Life is so unfair.
Let me ask you something. You got both parents?
Yeah.
My dad died on me.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Thanks. You have ball cancer?
Of course not.
I did. And if I could get through all that, you can get through this.
What remained for Spinner was what remains for most masculines: the reconciliation of his inner feminine and the ways he's learned codependency as a form of intimacy. There's a reason why you can't tell Spinner's complete story without talking about his romantic relationships. Despite the fact that Spinner took on a heavy transformation, whoever he was dating always served as the silent laborer in the facilitation of his next growth point. When Spinner was first learning about status, hierarchy, and dominance, he began dating Paige over pursuing his feelings for Terry. To a masculine's logical mind, Paige is more confident, connected, and ego-supportive.
Well, you better save a dance for me.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Look, I gotta get to my locker. Hey, I thought you weren't coming.
Oh, you know, I changed my mind.
Cool.
Hi, Spinner.
Hi. Terry, you look... Wow. Good girl.
It's nice.
No. It's good training.
When Spinner loses his accountability and becomes unsympathetic, he loses his idealistic partner and replaces her energy with the illusion partner. With Manny, Spinner could briefly escape internal responsibilities until that image of him was disrupted by truth.
I want you to be my girlfriend because we have fun, because you make me happy, and I want you to be my girlfriend because I can't imagine it any other way.
When he seeks to make amends with his truth, Darcy is silently tasked as a spiritual guide. And the reason why I say tasked is because this is not a real relationship. This is a transaction, because that's what codependency means. It's I have a need to be healed and you have a need to heal. Because the second the healing becomes about Darcy and not about Spinner, he doesn't know how to handle those emotions. We saw this happen additionally in his relationship with Paige.
Whoa. Easy there, Tiger. Darce, these days it's like you're gonna jump out of your own skin. Do you want to talk and tell me what's going on? Will you answer the question? Have other guys seen these pictures?
No, yeah, but not many. It's a really private webpage.
Guys are looking at you.
Yeah, but they're just looking. That's all they're doing.
That's not all they're doing, Darcy.
That's not to say that Spinner wasn't entitled to a reaction to Darcy casually inventing OnlyFans. But it is to point out that when the relationship stops serving Spinner's needs, they end. And particularly when Spinner's girlfriends start to include their own experience in the relationship, Gavin can no longer functionally get his needs met by the source of the relationship.
I know that I plan to stay in town next year.
Promise.
This came yesterday.
Where's Stanford?
Northern California. I got a scholarship, Spinner. It's such an amazing opportunity.
But you'll be a billion miles away. Could you stop, sir? No.
When Jane wanted to pursue her education, this disrupted Spinner's status quo so badly, he punished her by making her feel forgotten at her graduation and then showing up at the last minute. Now, I'm not saying he deserved to get cheated on, but how supportive was Spinner of Jane really? When she was struggling with her dad, all he had space for was projecting his own loss of his father onto her, instead of realizing that everyone's experience of their father isn't a positive one.
Talk to me, Jane. Please?
I just hate having him around.
Well, there are worse things than having your father around. If my dad was still
I'll
alive...
trade you. I'm sorry, Spinner. I shouldn't have said that.
Then tell me what's wrong.
So when he married Emma, he married her from a place of scarcity. He married her with the same level of codependency that he approached every other relationship with. In this contract, the agreement is love me for all I have at this moment, and I will do the same, because all we want is right now. So let's say, for instance, 15 to 20 years down the road, one or both of them decide they want something different. That perhaps the identity they built is shifting or changing. How receptive do you see Spinner being to this kind of disruption? Would he slip back into Grievance state? Or would he allow his heart to expand further than he anticipated, embracing transformation and retrieving more parts of himself he may have lost along the way? Thank you for watching Channeling Chinez. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like these. This is a Degrassi and Avatar: The Last Airbender heavy platform, so if these topics interest you, consider joining the community. You can connect with me weekly on our community page with quizzes and shared content. Follow me on TikTok for hot takes and subscribe to my Substack, Static and Ripples, both at Official Chinez, for articles to help support your soul journey. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.